Hey guys, what's up? I am GojiFan98's and welcome back for another new video for today. Today I am going to continue on for the next episode of GojiFan98's Godzilla-Thon. Today I'm going to take a look at the 33rd entrance in the Godzilla franchise and the second entrance of the Anime Godzilla Trilogy with Godzilla Sitting on Edge Battle, which is my least favorite movie, but I always enjoy whatever part of the film is okay. So, anyway, Godzilla Sitting on Edge Battle had an interesting history we're going to discuss about. So, here we go. The teaser poster show was left of Mechagodzilla that he was buried on the Rumble from the teaser trailer, the teaser poster for Godzilla Sitting on Edge Battle. But when the movie comes up and then the trailer comes out, we didn't see what's left of Mechagodzilla. All we've seen is his head was the only one that survived the attack. But according to Queen Scarlet, she told me that it was some kind of tease. So I believe that Mechagodzilla was actually in other movie at the same time while Sitting on Edge Battle was in production. That Mechagodzilla was on Ready Player One. With his brand new design, looks much better, to resemble the teaser poster of the Heisei version of Mechagodzilla, the Union Mechagodzilla concept. That Toho requests that concept artists who work on Mechagodzilla to design the robot based on the poster. Said if make it look like this, while working on a design for Mechagodzilla himself. Now let's get back to Sitting on Edge Battle. This movie was continuation where we last left off from Planet of the Monster. It's kind of like a chapter book. No matter where you stop, you can always continue where you left off. So, it will all start after the Planet of the Monster was released. Toho followed up with the next movie, came out in 2018. As we were hoping that there would be a battle between Godzilla and Mechagodzilla in the film, but it didn't come true. It was some kind of tease. But instead we have Mechagodzilla City fighting against Godzilla. But also, according to one of my Facebook friends of mine, that he's also a Godzilla fandom, he said the city itself is Mechagodzilla himself, because the part of Mechagodzilla was part of the city. Well, Mechagodzilla's head was actually part of control for a colossal fortress known as Mechagodzilla City. Haru Sakaki and his team have survived from Godzilla Earth's attack, have been rescued by the small group of Houtua, are descendants of humanity who were left behind, and they also transport Mothra's egg according to Project Mechagodzilla novel. Mothra also mentioned in the movie, but she's only called the Houtua's god, and the egg itself. I was like, wow, that was incredible. Anyway, Haru Sakaki was voiced by the same guy who played voices Ultraman Zero. He was returned to replace his voice as Haru Sakaki, and he will continue to do so until make one more animated film, but I'll save it when I get there. All the same cast voice actors all returned for the previous film, but it was nice to have them all back. But I really like the story, but I really prefer should have Godzilla fight against Mechagodzilla in the entrance. But there was a fan animated was founded on YouTube by Super Godzilla Gaming that he founded. I was like, what? And it also features some unused attack of Mechagodzilla also being shown on the fan animated to show what the movie should have been. I was like, now that's what the movie should have been. And it makes me idea, what if I could make it my fan idea, my own fan story, and a fan film called Mechagodzilla Battle Edition, to have the full fight like that. And I'll have to use the idea coming through my brain. And I'll probably make it a fan story of Godzilla Sitting on Edge Battle, Mechagodzilla Battle Edition. But I don't know when I'll working on it, but I might be still working on it. I still need to finish the story. The story's always coming through my head, trying to think of the idea. And then also when the trailer pops up, it shows Yoko Tani kiss Haru Sakaki in the trailer and swallow the movie. And I really like the way they were kids during the scene when Haru made a promise to Yoko to show her what the Earth should have been before Godzilla's attack. Before Godzilla overruled the Earth. In the last movie, this Godzilla was actually 300 meters tall, as I mentioned in my last review. This guy, he's actually the same Godzilla who forced humanity to leave Earth many years ago. For the rest of the entire movie, Godzilla actually slept during the film until he finally woke up and headed right straight for Mechagodzilla City ready for final showdown. And they feature a new weapon called the Vulture. A modified version of Power Suit from the previous film was modified to become the Vulture. I like the Vulture design, it looks pretty interesting, but many fans thinking that was a new Mechagodzilla design. But Wikizilla confirmed that's not Mechagodzilla, it's called the Vulture. Haru said it in the trailer, said Baruto, in Japanese for Vulture. And also there's also a rough sketch for Mechagodzilla was created by Hiroyuki Shishida, which is also found on Wikizilla's Kaiju profile on Mechagodzilla, including some pictures. I really love the design. Mugalo Galagu was named he was inspired based on Mugo from Terror of Mechagodzilla because the name was almost identical. And also the feature in nanometal, the metal was used to build Mechagodzilla and it was also involving since it was all alone. The Houtua was harvesting large chunks of metal from somewhere, using for arrowheads and a knife, to protect themselves from any monster trying to interfere, only serve them. But I was kind of wondering, how did the descendant of humanity survive? How did they survive all these years and evolve to become a Houtua? And how did they eat? Well, that's what I want to know. How do they eat? If you guys have information about how do they survive and how do they eat and while they survive, send a comment below to tell me so I will know. And also, the one thing that's really upset me much is where Yoko Tani actually got in a brain dead coma in this film. She was forced to be dissolved by nanometal by Galagu, but Haru was completely immune due to the skills that Miana and heal him with earlier, before the fight begun. But I'm really upset that Yoko actually got in a brain dead coma, but Haru did best he could trying to destroy Mechagodzilla City's control room in order to try to stop the nanometal from spreading. While I know the character Yoko and Haru were actually childhood friends when they were growing up on the Eratrom together, well, I really feel sad when she got brain dead coma. But until that film, we'll explain later in the next film later. But I'll save it when I get there. So, yeah. That girl did not deserve that. Only if I wish she should have known. But sometimes, sometimes you have to be careful who you really trust, as depending on your allies sometimes have to pursue their own agenda. But when Haru destroys the control room on Mechagodzilla City and destroys the head of Mechagodzilla, causing Godzilla to free, and he fires his atomic breath at the city twice and causing destroy what was left of Mechagodzilla once and for all. The Houtua believed that the nanometal was actually an evil and sinister thing. But it turns out it's true. Not only Mechagodzilla City couldn't kill Godzilla, it will assault the entire planet with nanometal. And how can we survive if nanometal can assault the entire planet? Well, it's kind of like a snake. A rattlesnake might bite you. It's poison. Because nanometal was indeed poison. We cannot survive that metal like that. Never. So, well, that's all I have to say for Godzilla Sitting on Edge Battle. Stay tuned to next episode. I'll reveal the last entrance of the anime trilogy with Godzilla the Planet Eater. Oh, before I go, I have one last thing to say. Like in the last movie, Planet of the Monster, there's a post-credit at the end where Nevi has told Haru about who was the monster that destroyed the Axis home planet was Ghidorah, but it did not hear the name earlier because they just wanted to keep it silent for a while until post-credit. Yeah, that's it. So that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. Bye!